Reprints, come get your reprints here. We got reprints. I'm going to put them in my new academic deck box available at local game stores near you now. Anyway, Outlaws at Thunder Junction is practically overflowing with reprints. Seriously, hey, look, I did it without even looking, huh? Pretty good, pretty decent. Woo! Local game stores near you. But seriously, there are 3 bonus sheets in Outlaws of Thunder Junction, each of which consists partially or entirely of, well, it's a little confusing. That's because there's actually 3 bonus sheets, an absurd number of bonus sheets for one singular set to have, but honestly, I don't want to talk about that right now. This isn't about me complaining about how there's 3 different bonus sheets. I want to celebrate. And what am I celebrating? Reprints. You can open some seriously exciting reprints in your Thunder Junction booster packs, including a ton of multi-format all-stars like Thoughtseize, Stoneforge Mystic, whoa, even Force of Vigor? And these are regularly priced booster packs? But while there are many reprints in Thunder Junction in the $5 to $20 range, there are also several reprints that are worth more. A lot more, or they were worth a lot more before they were announced to be reprinted, and now prices on them have gone down, which is a good thing. For this video, I've put together a list of the top 5 reprints from Thunder Junction that were the most expensive prior to receiving a reprint. Several of these have retained their value despite the reprint status, while others' reprint versions are a little bit cheaper than the prior printing. Either way, reprints are always good news because no matter what, there will be more people who own these cards after Thunder Junction than there were before, and we're all about that accessibility. So, what are the top reprints in Thunder Junction? Let's take a look. But first, did you know that you were gorgeous? Because you are. Whether you like to wear your hair long like I do, or whether you are bald or balding, like short hair, cropped hair, hair in braids, whatever it is, it doesn't matter because what is amazing is you. You are gorgeous. We all get to make those choices, how we want to wear our hair, how we want to wear our clothes, and that's what makes us who we are. But what happens when Mother Nature has a different idea in store for how you want to present your hairstyle? Well, that's where sponsor of today's video, Keeps, comes in. Keeps is professional hair loss care that you can receive from the comfort of your own home without ever having to worry about going to the doctor's office or pharmacy. Just complete a quick and easy online consultation, and Keeps will match you with a licensed medical provider. Your Keeps treatment plan is personalized to your unique needs. Whether you are looking to prevent hair loss, stimulate growth, or just take better care of your current hair, Keeps has you covered. Keeps offers FDA-approved hair loss treatment options as well as hair thickening shampoo and styling products to complement and enhance your treatment plan. Most notice results within just 6 months of starting their Keeps treatment. And best of all, Keeps is delivered straight to your door in discreet packaging. And you can pause, modify, or even cancel your plan at any time if needed. So remember, whether you are balding, have short hair, or long, your spark shines through no matter how much hair you have. It's up to you how you want to be. But if you're starting to see the early signs of hair loss and that isn't a direction you want to go in, then no worries, because you can join over 1 million men who have been treated with the science-backed hair loss solution, Keeps. For a special offer to get started, go to keeps.com/Tolarian or click the link in this video's description. That's keeps.com/Tolarian. Hair loss stops with Keeps, and thank you, Keeps, for sponsoring this video. There's actually so many good reprints in this set, thanks to there being so many bonus sheets, that I actually want to highlight some of these reprints that, while not in our top 5 of most expensive, are still awesome and fantastic inclusions that I feel the majority of players should be pretty happy to see when they turn up in their play booster packs. First up, we have Contagion Engine, an awesome commander card that has only seen a couple of low print run reprints. First on the list, and secondly in a Secret Lair drop from 2022. Prior to being reprinted here, Contagion Engine was a $20 card. But now, thanks to the breaking news bonus sheet, you can already pick one up for just $9.76. Wow, reprinting this card cut the cost of Contagion Engine in half. Contagion Engine is a key piece to any proliferate strategy, gradually wiping a problem player's board while also providing an outlet for double proliferation each turn cycle. Contagion Engine would have been a fantastic addition to Counter Blessings, my original build-your-own pre-con deck, but the cost was too prohibitive at the time. Now, for just under $10, you can much more accessibly and affordably upgrade Counter Blessings with a Contagion Engine. Another sweet reprint I want to highlight is Dust Bowl, which had been holding steady at about $21.15 for its cheapest printing for a long time prior to Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Dust Bowl is a great card, especially in mono green ramp decks, but at that $20 price tag, many Magic the Gathering players found it hard to justify including it in their decks if they didn't already happen to own a copy. Fortunately, now that Dust Bowl has been reprinted, the cost has already dropped down to $10.81, and I think it may go even lower as players start opening up the set. But there's so many other notable reprints here as well, like Oko Thief of Crowns, which has received its first reprint since ruining Standard and ruining every other format back when Throne of Eldraine hit. Oh my God. Oko is banned everywhere but Vintage and Commander. But that hasn't stopped this shirtless Fae from costing $18.46. And since he's so illegal so many places, he probably wasn't worth picking up at that price if you didn't already have one in your collection. But now you can get him for, oh well, still $14.25. But he's got a new art, and it's possible that price will continue to decrease once this set hits shelves. Plus, if you happen to open his fancy textured foil version in a collector booster pack, well, that treatment is currently worth $150, okay. Our fifth most expensive reprint from the 3 bonus sheets in Outlaws of Thunder Junction is Prismatic Vista, a card that asks the bold question, what if Evolving Wilds were an actual fetch land? The cheapest printing of Prismatic Vista prior to this set was from Modern Horizons 1 and cost $28.43. The Prismatic Vista that comes in Thunder Junction is from Special Guests bonus sheet, which means it's borderless and has brand new Wild West themed art. It also means that this version of Prismatic Vista somehow costs more, a whopping $42.23. So if you open one in a pack, congratulations! You are now the proud owner of the most expensive version of Prismatic Vista. As a stellar mana fixer with no color identity restriction, Prismatic Vista is a staple of literally every single Commander deck, or it would be if it were a bit more accessible. Unfortunately, this reprint doesn't seem to be helping much with that accessibility. You don't usually see the reprint being worth more than the original, but hey, here we go. And I must say that I expect this price to actually hold relatively steady given how rare special guest cards are, and how in demand Prismatic Vista will be until the end of time. Because they're never ever going to ban it. Nor should they, it's a great card. Next up, we have the cornerstone of a long-standing legacy combo deck, Grindstone. Prior to Thunder Junction, the cheapest printing of Grindstone was actually a Judge foil that cost $29.34. If you wanted a non-foil version, you'd have to shell out $34.20 for the original Tempest printing. But with the release of Thunder Junction, the new reprint currently costs $16.87. A big step down while still holding some value if you happen to open one in a pack. As a key combo piece that costs 1 generic mana, Grindstone is tutorable via Urza's Saga and Trinket Mage, as well as any number of other artifact tutors, of course. The Pestermite to its splinter twin, Painter's Servant, only costs 2 generic mana in its own right, meaning the entire combo costs just 6 generic mana spread out across multiple turns, once you take into account Grindstone's activation cost. Entirely colorless, any Commander deck could potentially play Grindstone if it wanted to, and in Legacy, the strength of Urza's Saga and Ancient Tomb, along with the mana efficiency of the combo, mean the Painter's Servant / Grindstone combo will likely be relevant for a long time to come. This is actually a really great outcome for a reprint. It's now less than half the price of the previous, cheapest non-foil version, and yet still expensive enough that you'll be thrilled to crack one in a pack. Number 3 on the list is an exceptional reprint, Overwhelming Forces, an expensive one-sided black board wipe that previously cost $36.04 for its cheapest version, another Judge foil. Before Thunder Junction, if you wanted a non-foil Overwhelming Forces, I hope you had a Benjamin and some change laying around, because the non-foil printing of that card was also its only other version, a Portal 3 Kingdoms edition that cost a staggering $127.47. The Thunder Junction printing? Now just $11.20. Portal 3 Kingdoms cards are notoriously expensive, since the set was primarily released in Asian markets way back in 1999. Other Portal 3 Kingdoms cards that finally received reprints, such as Warrior's Oath and Imperial Seal, had a similarly high price point for their original versions. The Portal 3 Kingdoms Warrior's Oath still holds a market price of $180, while its reprint version costs just $5.48. I expect Overwhelming Forces to follow a similar price trajectory to Warrior's Oath, rather than Imperial Seal, whose cheapest reprint version still holds a market price of, wow, $80.91. Overwhelming Forces is a solid card, but not nearly on the level of Imperial Seal. Still, Overwhelming Forces is infinitely more accessible now than it was before, so players will certainly be more keen to put it in their decks now than they used to be. The second most expensive reprint in Thunder Junction is likely no surprise to anyone, except perhaps just the fact that it's only the second most expensive reprint, as many might have expected it to be the first. So say it with me, everyone, Mana Drain. It's expensive. How expensive? Well, the cheapest version you could get before this reprint would cost you $52.33. But now, thanks to Thunder Junction, that price has positively cratered. Oh, it's fallen so low. Down, down, down the price of Mana Drain goes to, $40.77. Well, it's something. Honestly, at this point, what is there to say about Mana Drain that hasn't already been said? It's one of the best counter spells ever printed, and it went without a reprint for a whopping 23 years before it finally saw one in Iconic Masters. I'll repeat that. It took them 23 years to reprint Mana Drain. And since that first reprint in Iconic Masters, it has now been reprinted in both Commander Legends and Double Masters, each time dropping the price by about $10 or so. The last printing of Mana Drain hovered around $39 for about a year before climbing back up to around $50. And I expect this printing to do essentially the same once Thunder Junction is no longer new. You heard it here first, folks. Mana Drain is expensive, and it will always be expensive, but let's move on to a card that's even more expensive and reprinted in Thunder Junction. The number one most expensive reprint of Thunder Junction is, oh my god, it's Mindbreak Trap. They finally reprinted Mindbreak Trap. Mindbreak Trap is like the Soul Ring of legacy sideboards. Every deck can play it, and drawing it in your opener can help outmatched decks keep up with their opponent's broken strategies. Mindbreak Trap is also an excellent 0-mana counterspell in CEDH for its ability to hard counter Brain Freeze and stop all sorts of combo nonsense. Unfortunately, for people who play these formats, Mindbreak Trap is a mythic from one of the first sets to do mythic rares, Original Zendikar, and literally has never been reprinted once. Not once! In 15 years. Oh my god, was Original Zendikar 15 years ago? It was. It's been 15 years since the first and ever printing of this card. There was a point at the end of last year where the cost of Mindbreak Trap hit $100 for a card that is often a 4 of in Legacy sideboards. No wonder no one plays Legacy. It's because of the cost of Mindbreak Trap, and for no other reason. As of the time of recording this video, the Zendikar printing of Mindbreak Trap costs $71.28 for a single copy. Though if you wanted to pick up a foil copy, well, I hope your parents have $303.32 to give you. As for the Thunder Junction printing, that's currently going for $56.90. But keep in mind, like with all the cards and prices mentioned in this video here today, that's before the set actually releases, so hopefully it can drop just a bit more in the first couple weeks after people start opening up product. And if it doesn't, well, It's still 15 bucks cheaper than it used to be. Honestly, Mindbreak Trap likely needs another reprint or 3 before its price falls back down to earth. Or maybe it just needs a reprint where it's not at Mythic Rare. Come on, Wizards, reprint Mindbreak Trap at Rare, you cowards. That'll bring the price crashing down, one would hope. Honestly, I don't feel this card sees enough play anywhere else besides the highest powered formats to sustain such a price tag. But for so long as Wizards of the Coast continues to not reprint Mindbreak Trap, I fear that price will remain pretty high indeed. And as of the time being, it is the #1 most expensive reprint that you could crack in a Thunder Junction pack. But this is just a small selection of the many, many reprints found in Thunder Junction, and now I want to hear from you. Which cards are you most excited about? Is there a new art, for example, of one of your favorite cards that you can't wait to pick up? Or has there been a card for your commander deck with a price tag that's been out of reach until now? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, you are gosh darn sexy whether you have long hair, short hair, or even no hair at all. It's about how you present yourself, how you wish to wear yourself on the outside as a reflection of that gorgeous individual on the inside. But what happens if you want to present yourself one way in terms of your hair, but Mother Nature has another idea in store? Well, that's where Keeps comes in. So if you see the early signs of hair loss, join over 1 million men who have been treated with the science-backed hair loss solution, Keeps. It's a tool for you to use, and for a special offer to get started, go to keeps.com/Tolarian or just click the link in the description. That's KEEPS.com/Tolarian. Hair loss stops with Keeps, and thank you, Keeps, for sponsoring this video.
Next time on Shuffle Up and Play.
We are playing Build Your Own Precon Commander today.
Hi, my name is Jesse Robkin. My commander is Raph Weatherlight Stalwart.
Hi everybody, my name is Bobby Christine. I am playing Indominus Rex.
I'm Olivia Gobert-Hicks. I am playing Ariette today.
My Build Your Own Precon is the Master. Above all, now I'm going to mill 3.
Oh.
Garuda!
Having
Garuda! All right, everybody vote. Everybody vote at home.
I will put Commander Dreadhorde on the stats.
Quite a bit of life you're paying there,
gosh.
friend.
You're gonna lose 18 life.
Yeah! Risk it, biscuit.
Girl boss behavior.
Yes.